Hi everybody, welcome to the Project Bermuda Live Hangout.
Yep. Thanks for
Waking up and chatting with us.
yeah. So it's been a long time since we've had our last live hangout, and I wanted to do it again because we're in the midst of going through a transformation of our podcast and our radio show, which is becoming a radio network now. So there's been a lot of things happening. Now I wanted to do this to involve everybody who wants to be a part of this into this. I do have some topics that I'd like to cover. Like I said, the PBM2L radio network is something I'll get into. We'll mention a little bit about the Crystal Chalice Awards. Also, I'm going to take near the middle end, right?
Something like that.
The end.
Sometime during this episode.
Yeah, about halfway. Podcast. About halfway. No, don't call this podcast, please.
I said broadcast.
Okay, you can call it a broadcast. Yes, we're coming up with a broadcasting network. I mean, there's so many ideas that we have, and it's just really important that we get everybody involved. So this is why we're doing the live hangout. Also, because people miss us doing live. Maybe we'll even do. Them. Maybe we'll even do a special mustachio question segment.
Gotta get somebody on for that.
We will have somebody on here soon. So.
But yeah, we missed you guys. We want your feedback. We want you to know that we didn't stop thinking about you or stop doing what we love to do. It's just been upgrade season. We have been doing a lot of really awesome things so that when we do come back in full speed, that our quality will be better and we'll have some really awesome people.
Quality, yes. So just I'll get into the PBM2L radio network first because that's something that I've had my focus on for a while. We were going to start it on February 18th, actually, but the closer it got, about a few days before it happened, the mixer stopped working. The USB interface that was in there quit working, so I had to send in a warranty request to get that fixed. But I spent about $105 of Christmas money.
Like what?
On Christmas, the money that my mom gave me for Christmas.
For what?
For the mixer.
You got the mixer for your birthday.
Okay, so I did get a mixer for my birthday, but I found out it was the wrong mixer because it didn't have a USB interface integrated into it. So therefore, I was not able to use that mixer unless if I spent another $100 on an interface. So
I just want to say that he has got a mixer, and not only that, he's got some cool microphones and some cool other things. So between Christmas and his birthday, he's been doing awesome things. I want to say thank you to everybody who helped make his birthday awesome to get that mixer started.
Yeah.
So we're working on that process.
Actually, like the Christmas money and the birthday money got me all the equipment that I needed. Got me the XLR cables, the microphones, three really nice microphones.
With these cool little stand things.
Yeah, yeah. It's like a suspension arm.
Super serious.
So like, and one thing that we're talking about is doing a full schedule of it. So at the shop, which Mountainside Creative, we'll talk in a little bit, which is where our new studios is going. We're open Thursday through Sunday. So we're talking about doing the radio show Thursday through Sunday from about 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. because that's the amount of broadcast time that we have with Spreaker. So that's coming up, and so like I said, on the radio, it's a network because it's not just our podcast that's going to be played on the network. I've been thinking about looking into other radio shows like Paradigm Shift Radio, like Oracle Treehouse Radio, which she was one of our last interviews on the podcast. Talk about soul healing. She has her own radio show. Julian Wells, who has communication with the Arcturians and the Pleiadians, he does his own podcast too. So looking to get into more podcasts.
Yeah, haven't you also been in contact with some like Law of Attraction and A couple other things or something like that.
Yeah, we're gonna play our own podcast on the radio show as well as make the video for it. But for the podcast, we've had a lot of really, really cool people reaching out to us, really, really wanting to be interviewed. And one of them is Jules from the Law of Attraction Radio Network. And if you are an avid podcaster, if you like to listen to a lot of radio, and you Google or just search anywhere Law of Attraction Radio, that is the radio network that we're talking about.
Yeah, I used to listen to that one a lot when I worked at the photo studio. But the other cool thing is we also have Shine Time Studios, which is in general like the kind of like the, what would you call it, the producer, the kind of like blanket for everything else. But it's kind of promoting local activities and things like that, which I'm really excited about, doing some local promotion. So if you're in the tri-state area of Maryland, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and you need some advertising and stuff like that, we're going to be doing the Shine Time thing. It's about to kick off when we get organized and settled. And I have
Shine Time Studios.
Yeah, a couple other awesome ideas and people that are interested. Maybe get like a comedy strip going through Shine Time Studios, which is kind of connected to the radio network as a whole.
Actually, right now it is connected to the radio network.
Yeah, I mean, as a whole. And we also, like, we babysit Isaac, who's really cool, and we want to do like a kids thing eventually, but that's down the line. We're working on things.
Actually,
we're chugging.
We do have an interview with Isaac on our Spreaker account. So if you go to Spreaker.com/Project Bring Me to Life, then you will find there, go to shows, Shine Time Studios or Shine Time Podcast, and one of the interviews will say some like fractals and universe with a 4th grader.
He's an interesting 4th grader. He's quite amusing. It's totally worth listening to, and I think if we got like a kids imagination station podcast going, it would be a lot of fun. We'd love your feedback on that. Like, would people listen to that? I think they would. I think they would. Shay says that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
We got people in the chat, so if you're watching, join us in the chat at projectbringmelife.com because that would be cool.
projectbringmelife.com. And we've done a lot of stuff with the website as well.
That's been all him, and he's been doing great.
Thank you. So if you notice, if you go to like artist and you click that button, you know, just the way it's lined up, it looks a lot more professional, I think, and just has more information on that page, which helps search engine optimization, and it helps, you know, people on the website understand who these people are. Just gives them a very brief introduction, but to learn more about that person, just click on their photo. So super, super easy. I do want to thank Shay personally for joining the chat and being a solid supporter of everything we do. And honestly, Shay, like, really, really makes all this, like, I don't know, just makes it worth it. Because if nobody was there watching, you know, we'd be like, why are we even?
Hey, we've been out of the loop for a little bit, and we're trying to get everybody back. We want to give out shout outs to Sammy and David. They were also really great supporters, and they still are. They're just doing their own thing.
Right. Yeah. We all kind of like you know, had to go into hibernation just right there at the end of winter, and upgrades. And I'm happy that we have. But we are going to continue to do these hangouts until the podcast is up and running again, until the radio show is up and running again. So I want to make this like a consistent thing, just to get the community involved and to let the tribe know, you know, what's going on with this project. Yes. Yeah. The radio network is very exciting for me. We've been talking about a mobile app. So we're going to have our own radio app on the App Store.
Kind of like iHeartRadio?
Yeah, kind of like iHeartRadio.
Nice.
So look out for that. I'll keep you updated. If you haven't yet, subscribe to projectbringmelife.com. Type in your email, and we will sign you up for our newsletter.
And if you're a musician and you have music and you're not already on a radio show, we would love to get some really awesome conscious music. You can go sign up on our sign up page, or join us. I forget what it says now. What's it say now? Join us or sign up?
Apply.
Yeah, Apparently it does apply now because he's doing updates.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, join our crew, join the tribe. Let us hear your awesome music. We want to share your awesome music with the world. We can also share it in the physical realm if you would like to sell your music at Mountainside, which we'll get to eventually. But yeah, musicians, we want to help you, as well as artists. We want to help you too. Anybody that has something really awesome to share, let us help you.
I want to go as far to say that if you have anything awesome to share, because what I've been trying to do with the marketing plan is to get the branding going. So we have a very specific like brand, which is spiritually conscious art and music. So I think that's something that we should stick with. If anybody has any other opinions, let us know in the chat room or in any of the comments that we'll be able to check later. Yeah. So the podcast, I've been calling it the Bring Me to Life podcast, just to like shorten the length of the name.
Do we like Bring Me to Life podcast? Do we like PBM2L podcast? What do other people call us? I'd like to know that.
Yeah.
Because whatever they call us is what other people are going to hear word of mouth. So do you call us PBM2L? Do you call us Bring Me to Life? Do you call us that project that does really cool stuff?
Specifically the podcast.
Yeah.
What do you like? What would you think would be a good name for the podcast?
What's easier to say, to share with other people? We would love your feedback. Because then we have other people that are outside of it and that are like helping us spread the word, being that street team.
Yeah.
Doing it.
Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Shay says that she always says the Bring Me to Life because that's exactly what you guys do.
All right.
I love it.
I like it too. We actually, during our online festival, our first online festival, Shine Online, at the very last set for the musicians, somebody wrote in the chat room, "Project brought me to life." So I was like,
that's cool.
Yes, dude. That's what I'm doing. I'm like I said, for branding, I'm really trying to get serious about it. Like, the mission statement needs to be clear and concise. So if you check our Twitter, it says "Awakening Humanity" with metaphysics, holistic health, and spiritually conscious art, music, and literature. Yeah. And what I think maybe the vision, because I've been trying to find a way to integrate how the world, personally myself, and this is the way the project is going, to our vision is to create a world, or to bring back the world of equality and you know, global unity. Global unity and global equality is something we seek and strive to manifest, and to, you know, bring that to life on Earth. Can you imagine in this heavy density, like being, even if we're, you know, we have these emotions, we get angry, we get depressed, you know, that, whatever, that's being human. We should get over that and learn from it. But we can still have those emotions and have a world that is equal for everybody, where we are a global community. We don't need borders. Please, if you're going out to vote,
Super Tuesday.
it's Super Tuesday.
You should have already voted.
Do we need more walls built around? Why? No. They broke down the Berlin Wall for a reason.
Don't get me started on the Trump thing.
Anyway, has anybody heard of Bernie Sanders? That's all I want to say. Feeling that burn.
Feeling the burn.
So some other upcoming guests, such as Jules from the Law of Attraction Radio. We've had a person from the #1 Freemason podcast in the world who wants to come and talk on our show.
That's cool.
That is very interesting. I think it would be interesting, if nothing else, and I think people would you know.
I think people are interested. I think the viewers would totally be down. Just make sure you're keeping with your content and your branding. But anyway, let's talk about Shine Online. That was cool. I like Shine Online.
Okay, what about it?
I just was thinking about it when you were talking about sports media.
And what is Shine Online, for those who don't know?
It was this really cool idea that we all put together called Shine Online. It was a festival. We had 5 workshops, 3 of which went pretty smoothly. We had 2 that were slightly difficult, but they were still really cool. We got a chance to redo Amanda Amethyst. So if you were part of Shine Online and you missed Amanda Amethyst's workshop because we were having some technical difficulties, she came back last week, did an amazing activating your blueprint, divine blueprint.
Align with your divine blueprint. And if you're at projectbringmelife.com, it's right below us, and you can click on that and see it.
And it was super cool. Sorry.
No, you should. If not, message us. We'll send you the link.
Yeah, it was just super cool that she was willing to come back.
Yeah.
Sarah Hall, she did a past life regression, and Sarah Hall's with us pretty frequently, and we love her. And then it was, I did one on rituals. You did a workshop on connecting with Archangel Michael. Ashton did one on activating light body, I think, something along those lines.
Yep.
It was really awesome. And then we had 5 musicians too, and we had this like little room. Everybody could kind of get in there. Everybody was doing the chat thing, and it was just like a virtual festival online, and it was super cool. And I am excited and hope that we get a chance to do it again. We'd love some feedback. We got a lot of good feedback. Like you said, by the end of the night, people were saying that we brought them to life. And
even Shay in the chat room says that all the workshops were amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're excited to do it again. We just need to get some time together to organize one, but we'd love to know like what kind of workshops you guys would be interested in, or what musicians you may be interested in. We had Tangled Branches, Stratosphere, Shanti, Spaceship Earth. I'm missing one. Ikara. Yeah.
Ikara.
Yeah, and they were all really cool. Yeah, so just let us know like what you're looking for, and if you have someone that might be interested, send them our way, and we'll see what we can do. I'd like to do another one. Shine Online was pretty sweet.
Shine Online was sweet. I'm very grateful that we were able to do that. Very grateful to be able to do a workshop, an online workshop again.
Yeah, I had fun doing my online workshop too. So fun.
I'm sorry that some of the audios were not, well, they'll get better, you know. It was actually, I think, our first time using the mixer. It
was our first time using the mixer. We were at Phoenix Landing, which I think we're going to talk about here soon.
Yeah.
And we hadn't been there in a little bit. The angels were activating, and things were happening. There were divine reasons that everything happened the way it did. I think that Amanda was able to do the activating or aligning with your divine blueprint like at the perfect time for a lot of people, because many of us starseeds were a little out of whack for a while, and we're going through our own energy upgrades. So when I got to sit down and do Amanda's workshop, I felt like it was just the proper time that it was supposed to happen. So that was really cool, and she stuck through it. And even with the technical difficulties we had, she was still doing her singing bowl and chanting for us and trying to call in all the angels. And I'm just getting chills thinking about like how much love was there from everybody, even in the chat room. It was really cool.
Yeah, super cool. And the music was so good, so good.
Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. So let's talk about Phoenix Landing here. If you look in our 5-year plan, in the 5th year we were going to manifest a physical location to start doing our school, and ended up, a few months ago, I think before, I don't know, in between year 1 and 2, we got this very gorgeous estate, like colonial estate right on the edge of Cumberland, right in the beautiful woods, and it has like Wow, 200 acres, 160.
A lot of acres.
160
Beautiful
acres.
land. Beautiful land. We have access to it. We're helping take care of it. We do need to do some work on it.
Yeah.
And we're calling in our angels and our helpers to really help activate this divine space. I mean, its original name is Terra Angelica, which is the land of the angels. So it's like really important that our earth angels activate right now. There's so many of us that have talked about this dream and doing this school and doing workshops and community building, and we really have a chance right now. And it's truly important that we find our team and expand, because there's so much amazing potential that we need a really strong crew.
Mm-hmm.
People who are really good with teaching and working well with others and taking direction, because I mean, we have ideas, we're willing to open our ideas, and we want more feedback, but we really just need to activate our divine workers that are really interested in making things happen.
Yeah, just looking for people who are taking this seriously, who are, you know, dedicated and committed and responsible, people who are passionate and energized and want to do good for the world, who want to uplift humanity and raise the vibration and raise the frequency of Earth and create a world that is equal, fair for all. You know, that's what we're looking for. And at, you know, Phoenix Landing, there's 160 acres, and we do have this building. We got to get it going, and we started doing classes so far. The last month they didn't happen because it was so cold out. So cold out. But you know, we're working on this thing, and if you like what we're saying, and you should check out Cumberland, Maryland, and see maybe if you want to come down and create build a community.
It's not even just the landing; it's the entire city. We've got this shop too, which I hope we're going to talk about soon, because I'm really excited.
Mountainside Creative.
So we got this shop. I'm going to briefly mention it. We got this shop in downtown Cumberland called Mountainside Creative, and we've already got like 60 artists that are really interested in making the town what we dream for it to be. And it's got such great potential and architecture and available space, and it's just waiting for these people to just come with their dreams, take a chance, and do it. And I truly believe, like all intuition and everything down, that within 2 years we could be, this is risking because I love Asheville, but bigger than Asheville, and just have that homey vibe and that energy that everybody always talks about. Like anytime I go to festivals, people are like, man, Asheville, or like Colorado and stuff like that. But there's this little town vibe that is just waiting for big things. Mm-hmm. And I get super passionate about it because it's my hometown, and I've already got these boys down here and they're amazing, but we need to like expand the crew. And there's so much potential. We need restaurants, people with dreams about building things and like helping murals, and there's so many different amazing projects, and I just hear so many people talk about it. I'm ready to see people take action. Let's do this. Sorry.
No, it's okay. I do want to. So Cumberland, Maryland was almost the capital of the country. It was at one point the largest city in Maryland. It was one of the original 13 colonies.
We got George Washington's headquarters just hanging out in the middle of our town.
George Washington's headquarters, where it was said he spent most of his time writing love letters to his soon-to-be wife. So this is a very romantic, like historical place. It was also the place where they built the first national road, where they started the first national road was in Cumberland, Maryland. And there's so much history. Like she said, the architecture is so gorgeous. And
the mountains.
Just being in the mountains, it's like we live next to Flintstone. We live in a fairy tale, man.
And it's pretty protected from like natural disaster. Like we're in this little valley that's really beautiful. Our winter wasn't that bad this year. Our summers are pretty beautiful, not very brutal with the heat. It's a very magical land. And until I started traveling more in the last couple of years, I never realized how magical this space truly is. And I'm just really excited about it. Excited that other people are getting excited about it. And the cool thing about Phoenix Landing too is it's right there on the border of Maryland and Pennsylvania, and it was one of those safe houses back in the colonial days when we had the Underground Railroad and we had all this crazy stuff happening. Phoenix Landing was kind of a safe house, and there's this path that goes up behind it that was part of the Underground Railroad and how slaves got to freedom because they were going up through Maryland to get to Pennsylvania and go up north. And there's just so much history and magical energy. And
I want to get into Phoenix Landing just a bit more.
Sorry.
No, so like the Revolutionary War there's a lot of energy in Cumberland because Cumberland was like on the border of the North and the South. So in the Revolutionary War, the governor of Maryland, William Paca, was serving during the what was it? Who surrendered? Cornwallis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
So the surrender of Cornwallis happened, and after that, the governor of Maryland, William Paca, gave, I think, like 600 acres of land to one of the soldiers in that battle because of what he did for the battle. I feel like it was something pretty big to give him such beautiful land. So he built a little cottage on it, had the family, raised some kids, and then the cabin that was there burnt down. So his son, Peter, built a beautiful colonial brick mansion out of the ashes of that log cabin. And that is where Phoenix Landing Wellness Center now stands.
Rise from the ashes.
That original cabin is embedded into the center of Phoenix Landing. And that's why we call it Phoenix Landing Wellness. And that's just a brief, tiny little brief part of like the history of that place and the history of that land. And I just really want to talk it up because I want to get people excited to come. Come for the Crystal Chalice Awards. You'll be able to see them in person. So the Crystal Chalice Awards. We said we would mention that.
Yeah, we kind of disappeared off the interwebs right after the Crystal Chalice Awards because so many things started happening. Like boom, boom, boom. Like the Crystal Chalice Awards activated so many big projects. We got Phoenix Landing right in the midst of planning the Crystal Chalice Awards. And then we had the Crystal Chalice Awards, which we're still working on getting some of the chalices to our winners. So if anyone wants to donate to Get the Chalices to the Winners Fund, let us know. we will get that done.
Yeah.
They're really heavy. Yeah, they're really heavy. They're like pure resin crystal glass. Awesome. Yeah, they're really cool. And I just want to get them to the rightful owners, and they will. And we're planning this year's, and we're working on it. We were thinking about doing this year's in August or September versus November, so it's a little warmer, easier for everybody to travel. We would really love people's feedback on that too. We still are, we're still leaning towards the masquerade theme. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of people really enjoyed it. I don't think that could get old because you get to kind of like have like a prom, but you get to wear masquerade and have fun, and it's like not quite the Oscar kind of.
Maybe we should call it a masquerade ball. Crystal Chalice Award masquerade ball. Yeah,
last year it got a little crazy. It was between like Halloween masquerade versus prom masquerade. I would like it to be more elegant, kind of more like a ball or the Oscars or something, but like the Crystal Chalice Awards. Wear your fancy clothes. Yeah, go buy that prom dress that you always wanted and just rock it. Get it on sale. So it was a lot of fun. We had people come from a couple different states. We had a lot of our winners there. A lot of our winners watched online. We were honored to have really cool videos for the nominees, which made us feel more professional, and they got to go on the big screen. And shout out to John Suttinger, who did amazing visuals all night. They were amazing. Yeah,
Sun Tiger Visuals.
Yes, Sun Tiger Visuals. John Sun Tiger Visuals, yes.
Yeah.
And then we had music from Cosmic Village and Sentient, which was really cool. And then Spaceship Earth rocked it until we couldn't rock it anymore. We had everybody on the stage dancing.
And then we went to the after party at Phoenix Landing until the sun came up.
Then we all went to the pond. There's a beautiful pond, and the sunrise is happening, and we're all watching the sunrise. It was magical. You don't want to miss it this year. because there's even bigger, better, more awesome things about to happen.
Yeah, some people in the chat room did say that earlier would be better. And also somebody, Cameron, is talking about catering. We're hoping to get a...
Sup, Cameron? Sup, Rocky? Sup, Shay? I see you guys in there. Sorry.
We're thinking maybe, getting somebody else to do the catering instead of
please.
Shannon.
Yes, please.
Because
me and my brother rocked it, though. We did good.
Yeah, I mean, for the first one, it was balling. For the first award show, it was like...
I fed, what, 75 plus people, probably?
We had a good amount of people in there.
Yeah, we had lots of spaghetti. It was gluten-free. We had veggies. We had, I had cookies. It was funny because, like, I had you get the cookies, and the only thing that I said was, get chocolate chip cookies, because I really wanted them. And then he came back. There were no chocolate chip cookies. But that was, like, the only thing we argued about the whole event. Hang on
a second. They were out of chocolate chip at the market.
They were. But it was funny because that was literally, like, the only thing. I was like, really? What is happening?
Yeah, definitely have tacos at them.
I see the word tacos. That's
this year,
Ashton would love you.
Just to try some.
You bring those tacos. You bring those tacos.
So talk a little bit more about the Mountainside Creative that's in downtown Cumberland. What is Mountainside Creative?
Awesome. I don't even know how to describe it. It's literally like my dream manifested into reality. I've always just wanted to help other artists sell their art, and I tried to do so for a while on the road, like going to festivals, and it's a lot of work to lug around other people's artwork. Even your own, it's a lot of work to like go to festivals and take care of that. But with this shop, we've got 50 to 60 local artists, and I'm trying to get some Project Bring Me to Life artists in there. Like I just got some Tyler Epi Art, who was our Artist of the Year from Crystal Chalice Awards,
yep.
And some other people from the project in there. We've also got local goods like honey and coffee. I want to give a shout out to Basecamp Coffee because they helped us rock our first month of sales at Mountainside Creative, which we just basically opened about 3 weeks ago. It was an established store before we opened. An amazing woman named Barb and her partner Deanna built this little empire of artists that work together really well and sell their artwork in the downtown mall. But they just didn't want to do it anymore. They were doing their own thing. So it just so happened that I put out the call to the universe and was like, I need like a job where I'm in town more and I can just meet people all the time and do what I love. Like I love Project Bring Me to Life, but I needed something a little bit more hands-on. And with Mountainside Creative, I get to help artists. I get to meet people all day. I get to teach classes. The boys are helping work on classes and to sell things. And we've been organizing everything. We completely rearranged everything. We had a grand opening, and it was only a 2.5-hour grand opening. And we had over 200 people, broke $1,000 in 2 hours, had lots of really good food, got to talk to a lot of really awesome people in the community that are doing things. And it's going so much better than I could have even dreamed. And I hope it just keeps growing. Yeah, it's basically like my project baby right now.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's also the place of Shine Time Studios.
Yeah, that's you.
So there's this room in the back, and that's where Shine Time Studios is going. We're in the midst of trying to get a mural painted on one of the walls, and the other walls are bricks. So it's like really beautiful room, and we're really excited to have the radio show and the network and the podcast go from there. So with the podcast, we're talking about getting video back. So what I'm thinking about is even like having multiple angle camera. She thinks it's like
I just think it's a lot right now.
It's a lot to do right now. But
all in time, it'll be something that progresses and gives us something to work towards. But I just am excited for us to get back into the weekly thing because I miss the chat room. I miss our followers. I miss you guys. You guys are cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's it. We're all done. Have a great night, everybody. I'm joking. We have time for viewers to come on in just a second. Just one more thing that I would like to talk about before we bring people on to say anything is Mad Tea Party Jam. So you may have heard about Appalachian Jam Wench or Mad Tea Party because we interviewed them. Mm-hmm. They were recipients of some awards at the Crystal Chalice Awards, and they're doing this festival called Mad Tea Party Jam. We went last year as VIP, which was really cool. I'm very grateful for that experience. And now this year we're doing the workshops, like where Project Dream Life is putting together all the workshops and getting that all organized. So
I'm excited.
Me too. And we do have a sign-up form if you want to sign up for this. Papadozio is playing 2 sets. I think Talk is playing 2 sets. There's Litz. There's so many, like, Spaceship Earth.
That's funny.
And
Sentient will be there too.
Yeah, Sentient's going to be there, and we're hoping to get a lot of people involved. And that is about 45 minutes away from Terra Angelica, Cumberland, Maryland.
Landing.
So
come visit.
Yeah, it's at Four Quarters Farm,
Artemis, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and if you want to do a workshop there, there's a application, Mad Tea Party Jam app application.
On the website, on projectprimitivelife.com, you can find that.
Yes.
Sorry.
Why would you be sorry?
Anyway, yeah, go fill that out. And we would love to get information on what kind of workshops people want to see. So if you're just thinking about attending, let us know what you're looking for too. So if someone doesn't send us an application, hopefully we can find someone and make that happen, because we're all about making dreams happen and teaching people what they want to learn.
Yeah, so
but
keep talking. I'm gonna send some.
He's gonna get questions organized. But as far as workshops, I know people are really interested in yoga. They're interested in meditations. I know last year I think they had like a rock stacking workshop, like Zen rocks, and that was pretty cool. But we need people who are dedicated. We need people who are reliable, responsible. We need you to be sober and to be like prompt and ready to teach your workshop, because people are going to be counting on you. You're not just representing yourself at a festival when you're a workshop facilitator, or you are representing the festival as a whole and the people who respect you enough to allow you to teach others. So you really just need to be respectful and hold your position. And just treat others like you want to be treated, and how you would want to learn from someone that you would look up to. Because when people go to workshops, they might not know you at all, and they'll really look up to you for taking time out of your or out of your festival experience to teach them something that inspired them. So that's something I want to give as a word of advice, because I have seen some workshops in previous events that just lacked a little bit, and we have good standards, because Mad Tea Party is awesome. Yeah. And we don't want to let them down. And that goes for volunteers or other staff. Like they need more volunteers and stuff like that too. So if you don't want to teach a workshop, or you don't know what you would teach a workshop on, talk to Erin Frazier, because that's the volunteer coordinator. And I know he needs some volunteers. Just be responsible and be respectful to those who give you a position and give you an opportunity to attend such a magical event.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. If you would like to come on with us right now, we are live, unless if you're listening after March 1st, 2016 at 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you want to join, you can go to projectbreedmelife.com, and there is a chat room. There's a link in the chat room, and you can click it and join Google Hangouts. If you haven't joined Google Hangouts before, there might be some plugins that you have to get in order to use Google Hangouts. But we want to involve the audience as much as we can in this process, because it's important that we know what you guys think. And even if you're typing in the chat room, that helps a lot. Leaving comments on our YouTube video helps a lot. Just any feedback.
They're talking about Merkabas. They're talking about teleporting, blanket forts.
Yeah.
The chat. I love the chat. I wish we could get more people in there. So if you're watching, don't just be a viewer. Be an active participant.
Come on. The press is right. Come to life. Let's while we wait, I mean, I don't think anybody will mind. We do a quick mustache.
Throwback time.
So this is a mustache throwback.
Oh no, why me?
You get to ask me, you gotta ask me one first. I already have one.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah, ready?
A mustache, what does it feel like to have a mustache? For realsies.
It feels good. It's nice and soft.
It feels itchy.
Yeah, well, when it starts to grow, it does get itchy. More the beard. The beard is more itchy. But if it goes over your lip and like starts getting in your mouth, then it's really annoying. So make sure you trim it. Oh.
Oh.
And yeah, it feels great, especially when the wind is blowing and it's cold. Especially when the, yeah, so.
I don't know if this mustache suits.
Okay, I'll take a mustache now.
Do we have anyone coming in? We'll take it? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Okay. Shannon, I must ask you a question. If you were a butterfly, where would you be and what would you be doing?
I would be flying because flying is cool, and
Yeah.
I would be,
Get it back.
I don't know, somewhere where it's warm and beautiful.
Hmm.
I can't get exactly now. I did say I'd like to see Hawaii earlier.
Yeah.
Look, Bryce, I want to see Hawaii. Let's work on that. You were trying to get us to go to Hawaii before. Let's make this happen.
Yeah, so I must ask you a question, audience. If you were a butterfly, hey, yeah, okay, there we go. If you, if you were a butterfly, what color would you be? What colors would you be? That's all I got. Okay, so I mean, if you do have any, if you have any questions in the chat room.
Is there such thing as a lime green butterfly, or is that a moth?
Lime green, yeah, it could be any color.
I want to be a lime green and purple butterfly, and I want to glow in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
So but then I might be a moth.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between a moth and a butterfly?
Moths fly in your clothes and eat them. And butterflies fly around and pollinate flowers.
No, but seriously.
What's the difference?
Hey, speaking of moths that fly in clothes.
Yeah.
When the first weekend that CeeLo and I met was Rootwire 2014. And
yep.
So I was on this volunteer shift and I was miserable because it was like early in the morning. I had to stay up until 6 a.m. to watch Ashton and Skywalker set. And I'm like sitting at the volunteer thing and I'm all frustrated. And this moth like flies up in my poncho and is like hanging out in there and it's like beating on my heart. And then like, I don't know, like 10 minutes later, actually, I don't even think it was later. It was like while it was happening, you and I forget who else like just appeared. It was like a magical experience. It was really awesome. But yeah, moths, beautiful pets. Yeah, I just finished that story. And then the next day, I had another volunteer shift, and the moth literally flew into my hand. And Ashton and Skywalker were there for a second, and it like died in my hand, and now it's in an organite because that moth wanted to make sure that I remember that moment forever. That you just appeared out of the darkness. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Magical stories. Sometimes
I actually had I want to have a magnetite with me. Magnetite.
Yeah,
wand?
You had a magnetite wand.
A magnetite wand, and I was.
So let it to me.
Yeah, hang on a second. Let me tell the story here. Blabbermouth. Blurple mouth, like Shay's.
Shay wants to be a blurple butterfly.
Shay's calling you a blurple. Blurple mouth.
Anyway, magnetite.
Yeah, okay, so I had this magnetite wand that my friend Brian Lee gave to me. What's up, Brian Lee? And what I would do, I was just kind of like flipping it. Whatever way it would land, I would go that way until I felt like I was, until I needed to do it again. So I kept doing that until I got to Shannon, and then I saw the moths go. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So later in our experience together, I gave it to her.
I have it. It's in my crystal box, in my favorite crystal box, actually. Yeah.
And it helped her get out of the woods.
Yeah, like that same week, we went on an adventure, and it was like Skywalker and I, and I think it was just us. We went up in the woods, and Ashton was at my house, and CeeLo was kind of in the woods, but at my house, and like Skywalker insisted he knew where he was going, which I should have known better. No offense, Skywalker, but it is like my home woods. We're wandering around for like hours, and I get lost, and at this point, I just want to get back. So I'm like, wait, I have this hematite wand in my pocket, and it led me back to CeeLo. So it was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Cute little story.
Yeah, cute little story, because we're a cute little couple. Except I'm getting bigger. Have you guys noticed my build?
He's been working out, guys.
Yeah, I think it's, you know, we're.
He's working on it.
I feel like a lot of us have been going through a lot. Do you feel that? Like a lot of us have been going through a lot lately.
Upgrades.
A lot of upgrades. And how you know is you're about to get an upgrade is, you know, the level, like Isaac says, you know, the level gets tougher.
If you're, he said something that was more inspiring, that if you don't have it rough, then you're on the same level, but when you're beating it or something, it was super inspirational.
No, that's way worse.
I know. You get the point. Something about if life's getting harder, you're leveling up.
Yes, that was it.
Is along those lines.
Right. So we're going up a level. Also, you know, a lot of the shadow work that we've been doing the past few months is because we need to make room for better things. You know, we need to make room for higher vibrations and for more positive, inspiring, you know, motivational feelings and everything. So we just ended a 10-year cycle with a planet alignment of 5 different planets, and this is a new, like, we're always going through a new cycle like each and every day, but this just reinforces the you know, the idea. We are going through a new cycle. Start to like do things that you really want to do. You know, if you've been wanting to paint for a while, start painting. If you've been meaning to look at inspiring videos, start looking at inspiring videos. Start meditating. You know, it's important that we start a routine that will raise our vibration and send us to a place of our dreams.
Sure. While you're saying that, something made me look to my left, and there's this book, and all I saw was synchronicity. I just thought that was pretty cool. It's not our book, but that's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Shay said, I think I chose advanced level by accident.
That's funny. I feel those feels. But I'm personally gonna have to leave you guys. But you guys have a great night. I'm gonna let you keep talking.
I think you know, we haven't had anybody coming in, so I think this might be a good time to end it. We will be back next week at a different location.
Yes.
And so tune in next week at the same time, and ProjectBeamLife.com will be here again. We love you guys.
Thanks for listening. Stay awake. Shine on.
Look, I can do it both ways now. Bam, 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 bam.
Blooper status.